to my channel, Coin Lady, and thank you for returning. We will discuss XRP. The World Bank reports that remittances slowed in 2023 but are projected to grow at a greater rate in the future. After the year 2024, I can tell you, time is flying by. When it comes to payments, everything is now happening at light speed. I don't see the point in voting when Ripple has the framework in place. In a same vein to Stellar, there are dwindling opportunities to finance the unbanked and create a level playing field. The new financial system will emerge after it is completed. The source of this is smoke. The global payment infrastructures that Ripple will link. One domestic instant payment system, IPS, that links banks, nations, and more is Ripple Payments, the relaunched RippleNet brand. In addition to these cross-border payment links, the Interledger protocol that powers Ripple Payments allows for the scalability of transactions and the integration of disparate IP networks. Finally, the EIP's members link to the Ripple Payments system through the REST API. The REST API is the key to accessing Ripple XRP through ISO 222, as explained in the text below. Let me explain it to you in simple terms. Many nations use different payment methods such as IPS, REST API, ISO, Ripple, and XRP. You can see the significance of XRP and my significance now. And this is where it is. Just wait for the value to start trickling in from ISO, and everything will fall into place. This very second. Those who doubted ISO and said it wasn't worth it, you are about to be shown that it is completely unrelated to cryptocurrency. When the worth becomes apparent. The current BRICS chair, Russia, has received a formal application letter from Malaysia's Prime Minister, in which he expresses interest in full membership or a strategic alliance. TrainGlow and Ripple Payments are two further ways in which Malaysia is involved. The Do It Now system, which is used for real-time payment settlement in Malaysia, is powered by Train Lite, which uses XRP. Additionally, XRP now links the BRICS countries and the UAE to Kuwait KFH. Seems like it every time you're considering joining the BRICS. Nearly every nation has implemented Ripple Rails, and several of those nations are even using XRP and on-demand liquidity. This new financial system is being pushed on us by BRICS, in my opinion. Plus, they'll be making use of XRP and RippleNet. Foreign CEOs who need to collect KRW and settle 31 currencies across the 174 nations in the Korean market can now do it with one API, thanks to Ripple's partner Centbee Korea launch Centbee KRW Collection, which provides all the essential functionality for overseas payments. Once again, numerous nations already have connections to RippleNet. Exactly what I was trying to convey the whole time. The Ripple network spans the world. If not directly, then through Ripple's partners, any discussion about international money transfers will inevitably lead to Ripple. And it appears to be getting worse by the day. The San Francisco Business Times named Ripple one of the top 100 Bay Area corporate philanthropists. The fintech behemoth has been on the list for 3 years running now. There is rippling effect because they were in the top 5. I know that some of the funding went towards installing security cameras around the city, but he brought up the fact that, Chris Larson, they are attempting to make San Francisco better, but many see it as an attempt to impose surveillance. However, it is not surprising that Ripple would return to the city from which they began by donating. Oh my, I had to say it so quickly, but it makes perfect sense. Along the process, we've seen Ripple donate to many causes. For example, take a look at all the money they've donated to pro-crypto candidates. In my opinion, this was fantastic. The black swan capitalists are responsible for this. You should avoid tokenization at all costs. You are not serviced by BlackRock and Larry Fink if it remains in the wrong hands. Beware of deception. This is why Larry Fink keeps bringing up the topic of tokenization. Because tokenization is going to rise, it's already gaining momentum. That was absolutely correct. Plus, they'll be eager to tokenize your entire environment, including your possessions. It has already begun anew in the EU. That's going to catch on in other nations in no time. Regarding Bitcoin, he is also entirely correct. Given that Bitcoin faces competition from CBDCs, BlackRock will emerge as Bitcoin's Trojan horse. It follows that Bitcoin will also be rendered obsolete once CBDC launches. The United States is finally selling Bitcoin, but at a snail's pace, as I mentioned earlier today. For what reason so slowly? Instead of dumping it all at once, why not? Why? Because BlackRock is the paying cash buyer. And Bitcoin will be killed off the moment they control the majority of it. Bitcoin is not going to be profitable for anyone in the future. Deceivers employ deepfake. At the Bitcoin 2024 event, Elon Musk will film a video during which he will steal cryptocurrency. At the Bitcoin 2024 conference in Nashville, this was taking place. All weekend long, this and a number of other fake videos were streaming online. Because it is not Elon Musk who has been live broadcasting non-stop for 72 hours, this feed is essentially an artificial intelligence-created deepfake of him. His goal was to steal your Bitcoin. As soon as cryptocurrency starts to get traction, con artists will become much more cunning. Cryptocurrency must be safeguarded. This is something I talk about a lot on this channel, as I occasionally see humans engaging with bots in the comments. I have no interest in talking to you privately or even giving you my WhatsApp number. Be wary of those bots, they intend to take your cryptocurrency. For the first time ever, the United States national debt has surpassed $35 trillion. You can bet that the national debt will continue to grow at this rate. That's $103,947 for every American. Since they are unable to cut back on expenditure, it will persist. But now I've arrived at this same spot. Presenting Janet Yellen, who proposes allocating $3 trillion annually to reduce carbon emissions in the global economy. Given that being in close proximity to the breathtaking Amazon serves as a constant reminder that the shift towards a global economy with lower carbon emissions represents the greatest potential of this century. From now until 2050, a minimum of $3 trillion in additional funding from a variety of sources will be needed annually for the transition. In your opinion, what amount do you believe the United States will contribute to that fund? Also, pay attention to her use of the term global, specifically Larry Fink's global. It's no secret that JP Morgan and Jamie Dimon are pushing for a worldwide currency and religion as part of their grand plan to reset the globe and make everyone a global citizen. That's why a digital identification will be necessary. This is currently being promoted by everyone. Concurrent with the eradication of middle-class jobs, we are further indebted. Also, inflation is here to stay. The figures that Jerome Powell provides are completely inaccurate. So, what's driving the expansion of the M2 money supply? The source of this is EchoX. I was just saying something similar not long ago, so he makes a really valid point. The government may decide to raise the money supply in order to guarantee a sufficient flow of funds into the economy. This brings us to the second idea, expanding the money supply. The introduction of the U.S. Treasury dollar might be a calculated attempt to ease the shift to a new currency. By increasing the money supply, the new U.S. Treasury dollar may either supplant our current Federal Reserve note or act in tandem with it. To facilitate a smooth transition, the government now makes sure there is sufficient currency in circulation. During the conversion, the new Treasury dollars could be used to trade or back the current money in them to supply, such as cash and checking deposits. If the U.S. debt clock is to be believed, the money supply and the value of the USA Treasury dollar are both rising at the same rate, necessitating changes to the current monetary system to accommodate the new currency. Be cautious with your wealth, because a new monetary system is on the horizon, and this points to a concerted effort to get ready for it. Even though they didn't specify whether it would be paper or digital, the Treasury dollar could end up being the new digital dollar, as I mentioned before. However, I can guarantee that it will be supported by something, probably gold. Thank you for watching my channel and for subscribing. I'll see you later.